When you become a parent, people love to offer you advice. They say things like, you'll never sleep again, and say goodbye to your social life, and yay, you get to go to holiday resorts. And although the first two are very true, I was determined not to be an all-inclusive package holiday sort of person. You see, traveling has always been part of my life. I've backpacked throughout my 20s and I met my husband traveling, so it was always part of my identity to have adventurous travel. So last year, the opportunity came up for me and my husband and our family to go traveling. And we had a vague itinerary of what we were going to do, but largely this was going to be our very first big family holiday adventure into the unknown. When we started to tell people that we were planning a trip, people often said, "Oh, are you taking the kids traveling with you?" And the answer is yes, we did. When you have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old, it's kind of not great to leave them at home if you want to go traveling for a year. So we took them with us and we had a great time with them. So we started planning what we were going to do, and we read about all the great things that we could do in South America, and hiking in the Andes and hiking up a volcano and camping in the desert and all these wonderful things that we were researching. And of course, when it came down to it, we didn't do any of that because we had to carry all this shit with us. So we had a cot, we had a pram, we had a backpack for when we couldn't use the pram. We had contraptions to lift our kids up when they needed more height, and we had contraptions to stop them falling down when we didn't want them to land in some questionable toilets. Central America was quite dodgy like that. But once you put that all aside, and the other thing was the jet lag. Jet lag sucks when you've got kids. Add on top of your own jet lag with kids, and that's the worst part of the holiday that you can actually experience. Once you get over the jet lag and you get over the fact that you're going to be a packing horse, traveling with kids is absolutely amazing. We had such a great time, and I know it's a cliche, but it's true that when you see the world through a kid's eyes, it really opens your world up. The questions they asked, the things that they noticed, made the whole trip really amazing. Kids also speak the international language of play, so through them, they got to break the ice for us and made it very easy for us to make fast friends, and we got to meet some great locals, expats, other travelers while we were on our journey, which was making the whole experience fantastic. So my top tips if you want to travel with kids is to really slow down. Gone are the days where we were quite spontaneous and we used to stay one day here, one day there. We spent up to 2 months in some places, and that gave us some routine and a really good foundation for us to learn Spanish as well. So learn the language if you go away. A little bit goes a long way, and I'm really pleased to say that all 4 of us have come back with a decent level of Spanish, and it's one of the things that's been really great about the year, to come home and feel like we've achieved something. Part of the reason for this is we also sent our kids to a Spanish school, and unlike Sydney, where you have to have your kids on lots of waiting lists to get them into daycare, we found all the daycare centres in all the countries we visited very welcoming and welcomed our kids with open arms. And that was a great tip that I'm passing on to you. Put the kids in daycare. We were really lucky that our kids absolutely flourished and made lots of friends. They loved having the toys, and they enjoyed the time away from the parents. They really needed that social interaction, and they enjoyed their adventures as much as we did because of that. Also carve out time for yourself. We got to have some lunches in some really great restaurants that don't like toddlers. So although the primary reason for going away was to spend time as a family, it's really important to make sure you have time for yourself and time as a couple, and make sure all those dynamics are met. Take that sturdy pram, because although it's heavy, it's a godsend. We took it on the beach, took it to the rainforest. It was brilliant to carry both kids whenever we needed it. And when you've got limited space, the other thing that you don't need is toys. Kids are very resourceful when it comes to toys. They will make cushion houses. They're happy to dress up in your clothes if you don't have a dress-up box. It was really easy to do that stuff, so you don't have to take a lot of things with you. So all in all, we had an amazing time with our kids, and I didn't get to camp in the desert or climb a volcano, but we did make some memories as a family that will last a lifetime, and it was a really fabulous way to travel around the world. And my final tip for you is if you've got kids and you want to travel, you can just do it. It's something that you've got to do, something that you can do. You just got to find a way to make it happen, and find your own rhythm, find your own style that works with your family, because just because you have kids, it doesn't mean you can't do adventurous travel. So I'm one half of Steve and Glow, And if you want to connect or see more of our trips or read more of our tips, then check out our website, which has got more of our details. Thank you very much.
And in case you're wondering, I am the Steve of Steve and Glow. Well done. So one of the presenters had to pull out at the very last moment. They had a death in the family. So I've been begging and bugging Gloria for ages to do a talk, and she's always said no. So this time she said yes. So thank you, Gloria. Yeah.